Good morning. Welcome to a Sunday in my life. Okay, while my laundry's going, I normally make my egg bites, so let's do that. Pepper, tomatoes, parmesan, and of course eggs. Preventing them from sticking. Salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, basil, oregano, a little bit of turmeric, paprika. Just sprinkle cheese on the top, put it in the oven for 28 minutes. Oh, steamy. Yum! Now I just let them cool for a little bit, and then I'll put them in a Ziploc bag and put them in the freezer. Switch the laundry over time. So much fuzzies. Long week this week, so I got quite a bit of clothes. start the water now because let's go put the bed back together. Let's fold laundry and chat. I mentioned that last week was a long week for me. It was. I did a first aid course. So I am now first aid certified. Well, almost, once I get my certificate. I did that first aid course after work. I did it last week, Monday and Tuesday. Monday's my day off, but we went until like 10 o'clock at night. And I'm used to going to bed at like 7:30, 8:30. So I didn't sleep at all because my routine was off. And so the next day was Tuesday. The next day was more of the course. And then, of course, the test. I got 95%. I messed up on one question because I didn't read it correctly. But that's fine. I passed. And I was very proud of myself. Most of you, if you've been following me from day one, I dropped out of nursing because it was just too hard for me. And I feel like me knowing first aid and being able to help my community and, my family or people who need help with first aid, I am able to help people get to the hospital so the nurses can help them. I just feel like that's important to me. I've always wanted to help people. I am first aid certified once I get my certificate in a week or two. Yeah, that's exciting, right? I'm excited. I'm also very nervous if anything were to come about and I had to do first aid. I think I'd be terrified. There's like 3 acronyms that you had to remember. One was HEMPA and one was SAMPLE. HEMPA, hazards, environment, mechanism of injury, people, and HEMPA, additional resources. Ha. And then we have SAMPLE, which is signs and symptoms. A is allergies. So this is if the person is conscious. You go up to them and you're like, signs and symptoms. Okay, how are you feeling? Are you hurt anywhere? So you can kind of get an understanding. And then, are you allergic to anything? Because if you needed to give them aspirin or whatever, they're not allergic to that. Medications. Have you taken any medications? Because if they were to take something, maybe they're allergic to that and they didn't know. P. Past medical history. So have they just got out of the hospital for something? Like, did they just have a chiropractor appointment and the chiropractor kinked something? Like, yeah. L is last oral intake. What did you eat last? Have you not eaten at all? Making you like faint? Have you eaten something that you're allergic to? Something like that. And then E is events prior. So what were you doing that could have led you passed out on the ground, woozy, whatever, you know? So that's that. If they're like passed out on the ground, that's when you start doing like their vital signs. You like touch their skin. This is when you do your ABCs: airway, breathing, circulation. Airway, you tilt their head back kind of so they, it's easier to breathe for them. Breathing, can you hear their breath? Can you see their stomach moving up and down? If not, it's time to do CPR. First, circulation means that we are looking for deathly bleeds. So we feel around their body, looking at our hands every single time, just to see if there's any bleeding anywhere. If there is, put pressure on it. Put the dressing on it. Put the bandage over top. And then we start our CPR. If you have an AED, that's when you bring that out and you start with that. You start that. You don't do any breathing unless you are comfortable with doing that, or if you have one of those face masks that you can breathe for that person. So it was a lot of information. I've done oxygen therapy for nursing, and that was pretty much exactly the same thing except with an oxygen tank. You're learning it with an oxygen tank. But yeah, that was like 3 years ago now. Yeah, and it pretty much just wore out last year. So yeah, the first aid course only is good for 3 years, and then you got to do it again to get certified again, because things change. And so you never know what has changed, what the new medical procedures are. So every 3 years you get certified again, so you know. And you also forget stuff. If you're not using your knowledge, your brain will forget it. So always learn, always keep learning, so your neural pathways are still strong. If you don't keep learning that, your neural pathways will start cutting off because you don't need that information anymore. That was my exciting week. More not exciting news. Taxes are going up. I don't know how us people are going to survive in like 10 years. Like, literally, eggs are so expensive now. Like, how am I gonna make my egg bites? No, I'm kidding. But like, I'm kidding, but I'm not at the same time. Like, how are we going to survive? I had a mini mental breakdown, I think 2 weeks ago. It was not good. What is my purpose in life and what am I doing here? And also, I go to work every single day and I come home and I do this circulating thing every single day, doing the same things. I barely have any time to myself. I'm always at work. My coworker is always leaving me. Like, I'm always by myself, or her energies are just so draining. And I was having a really, really tough time. And I came home and I was so emotional and I just started crying and I couldn't stop. It's kind of making me emotional right now just thinking about it. And like, what is the purpose of life? Like, honestly, why are we here? I know we're here to like have our stories and reproduce and live your life, but how are you supposed to live your life if you can't afford life? Like that. I'm sorry, I'm rambling so much, but I haven't rambled to you guys in forever. How? Like, how are we supposed to afford life and live to be whatever? The earth is going to shit, and the people in it. How are you guys doing? I have not asked you guys that. I hope all of you are doing well and you are enjoying your lives. It's spring. It's April 2nd today. Like, life has been good. It has been good, except for the days where I am mentally drained and I am not okay. Life is okay. Like, we're doing okay. Steven and I, our lease is coming up this month, April 30th. We're done. I can't believe it's been a whole year that we've been here. It's been amazing. Steven is the most amazing person we could have ever found each other. Like, he is an incredible person. I'm so glad that we took it slow in the beginning, even though it wasn't like super slow. It was slow for me and it was slow for him. But I'm so grateful that we took it slow and that we became friends first, because my last relationship, I just jumped into it and it was so toxic and it was awful, and I'm still scarred from it. I'm still scarred from that relationship. I know you're supposed to take care of yourself first before you get into another relationship. I probably should have waited longer to get into this relationship, but it's okay. He understands, but also I have baggage still from my past relationship. I really need to buy new pants for work. These ones have like a hole in them now, and it's always in the freaking crotch. I've gained some weight, and so the legs is really where my weight goes, and my belly. And so my thigh rub is awful. That's probably why. Okay, well, I think that's enough rambling for me. I'm gonna put all this away now, and I'll probably sit down and do some finance stuff in my budget book, because it's the end of the month. Well, it's the start of the month, but end of the month. So yeah, I haven't finished it yet. Let's fill up below me. You know what? I think that's good enough. finish this up. And, yeah. Okay. And I'm done with that. I've already done my monthly budget review there. And now I'm gonna do my journaling for the month. I spent a lot of money on books. Let's see how much I actually spent on books this month. I spent $116.28 on books this month. I thought it was a lot more than that, but that's like 6 books. So that's not bad. I bought a full collection for Steven. It's really popular right now. It's like the ACOTAR or whatever it's called. I think it's called that. Yeah. ACOTAR, something like that. A Court of Thorns and Roses is the first book. There's 5 books in the series. It's this book set right there, A Court of Thorns and Roses, and then A Court of Mist and Fury, A Court of Wings and Ruin, A Court of Frost and Starlight, a Court of Silver Flames. So that's the book set I got for him. Totally not my thing. I'm not too much into fantasy. I'm gonna try maybe a rewrite of like Beauty and the Beast. I love Beauty and the Beast, so I might buy that book and see how I like it, because I know I love Beauty and the Beast, so a rewrite I might like it. But anyways, let's get to journaling my monthly budget review. Done. I hope you enjoyed the journaling session with me. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna watch YouTube for a little bit, and then I'll make some lunch for Steven, which is gonna be super easy, just some Katie. I always make Katie on Sundays because I normally go over to my parents to make pancakes, and then I make my egg bites, so I've already done a lot of cooking already. But I didn't go to my parents today for making pancakes because I said it was a long week and I just want some time to myself, and I'm PMSing. I've got my period, and so I'm not in the mood for that. Anyways, yeah, see you in a bit. So, I'm gonna be making the Moroccan spiced chicken with zucchini, zesty rice, and lemony yogurt for dinner. I'm not going to film any of it though because I'm gonna put my music on and just jam. So yeah, that's what I'm making. Then, after we finished dinner, we watched You. We've been watching You for quite some time now.
Previously on You, I still believe. You okay there, Joe? In the one. I'm married, but to the wrong person. What if you're the right one?
Juliet told Ryan that they spent the day together. Now he's threatening to use it against me.
Stay away from her. As long as he's in the picture, you are only going to lose.
How much do you know about Love's first husband, James? Love has no loyalty for anyone but herself.
And you've been fucking buried in here, obsessed. Just move on, okay? She's dead. Get the fuck out now.
Do you and Joe want to play with me and Carrie?
I killed Natalie for you.
Fuck this.
Karen, what are you doing?
Shut my ear.
She got her husband cheated with your stepmom, and she murdered her.
Get us out of here, Dale.
It's such an interesting show. Very, very interesting. And then we did the puzzle. We've been building this one for at least 4 months now because we just haven't been in the mood for it. And then we got back into it and we've almost built half the puzzle in 2 days. And then at 9 o'clock we went to bed and we read for a little bit, maybe like 30-ish minutes. So 9:30 was bedtime. But yeah, that is what my Sunday looked like. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!